In Chicago, you know that all sports rock. The Bears, Hawks, Bulls, Cubs, and Sox. Pick your favorite, you can choose. As long as the Packers lose. For everything you need to know, it's Bill Swerski Sports Talk Chicago. Bill Swerski Sports Talk Chicago.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Bill Swerski Sports Talk Chicago. This is your hosts, Alex and Sean. Uh, Real sad episode to talk about today. Kind of want to jump into it. A few hours before we started recording, we got the news that former Bull player and broadcaster Stacey King passed away today at 59 years old. Um, and uh, you know, we've lost great broadcasters and former players here a lot over the years. At 59 is real young, man.
This was truly shocking. I got the text when I was driving out today. I parked, and all of a sudden, I look at my phone after I parked my car, and I see these texts coming in, and then I go quickly onto Twitter X, and I look at everything. I'm like, oh my God, this is real. Like I saw the official Bulls post about it, and then they followed up with the statement from Jerry Reinsdorf. And obviously, one of the things that you see when something like this happens is all the local reporters, broadcasters, media people, and just fans were all just tweeting about it. And even a lot of like Chicagoland celebrities, like you see Sven Gulli doing a tribute to him and many, many others. So this is truly one of those deaths that like kind of shakes the foundation of a city and a fan base. You know, like you said, we've lost a lot of great people over the years. Whether they were too young or, they just died of natural causes when they were older. But like, when somebody who's in their 80s or 90s, it's always sad when you lose somebody. But when someone's really elderly, it's like, okay, eventually nature will take its course. Or, we've had people who we know who have been sick in recent years who have passed away. But nobody expected this. This was truly sudden and 100% unexpected by anybody. And I still think a lot of us are refusing to believe it, like truly refusing to believe that Stacey King is gone.
Yeah, I mean, you know, uh I mean Ron Santo wasn't that old, but he was sick.
For
And
a very
uh,
long time.
yeah, we knew that was coming. Harry Carey was really old. Um, you know,
We
uh
knew about Ryan Sandberg last year, and we knew Bobby Jenks was sick too. A lot of people, it's always sad seeing them go through it too.
yeah,
It's
Terry
just,
Boers, we
yep,
knew he was sick for a long time.
yep.
Um, Stacy was in his 50s, and that just it's that's just a real sad one.
It is. Now, I don't want to speak out of term here. The rumblings are it was some sort of accident where he fell. I don't know if that's true or not,
I heard
but
fell off a ladder. That's what I heard.
okay.
And I
Yeah.
don't know if that's true, and I mean it doesn't really matter.
No.
Um, you know, I know doctors out there and they'll tell you stay off a ladder. If you need to be on a ladder, hire somebody that's a professional ladder user. Um, you know, the ladders are like so many hospitalizations of men over 40 from being on a ladder. Like you have no business being on a ladder. Just hire somebody.
No,
Hire somebody that
yeah.
uses a knows how to properly set it up and anchors themselves properly and just stay off a ladder, man.
No, I know. I trust me. I'm like, if I have a house one day that's multiple stories and I gotta clean gutters or put something up, I am definitely hiring professionals. I mean, the house I grew up in, it's like one story. And like when I was a kid, I'd help my dad, like, like hang lights or something. And like he'd get on the ladder. But even so, like a fall, unless you land in a certain way from that roof, would not really be fatal. But even so, like I'd be like, man, I don't really want to get up on a roof like that, even if it's that short. Like I'd rather have a professional go up there and clean the gutters or, repaint the siding or repaint or redo the gutters, whatever it is. But I mean, again, to my original point was Like, when I saw that he passed, immediately I'm thinking, was there a sickness I didn't know about? Was there something that wasn't disclosed? But I mean, again, either way, we lost him way too young. And, I feel like a Bulls fan like me, who was born in the mid 90s, I wasn't old enough to know Michael Jordan as a player. I was too young during the second half of the dynasty. It's been a lot more bad than good in my lifetime. Outside that era with Derrick Rose and a little bit in the mid 2000s with Kirk Heinrich and Ben Gordon. But Stacey was always there and he always made you smile. He was always, very insightful. A little biased at times, sure, but you know what? Hometown homerism kind of makes a hometown broadcast truly feel like a hometown broadcast. And the years of Derrick Rose's prime with Neil Funk and Stacey King, I mean, I remember watching every game. I mean, I would kind of plan my life around Bulls games in the winter when I was a kid because I loved watching Derrick Rose and Luol Deng and Joakim Noah and Kirk Heinrich, and I loved listening to Stacey. And the first thing I wanted to do was go back and listen to a lot of his famous calls, and especially during the MVP year with Derrick Rose. I mean, it was a special season. He was a special player, and Stacey King really was a huge part of that. So, Johnny Red Kerr has been gone a long time, and I don't remember him calling the Bulls dynasty, in person. I've listened to a lot of the calls, but Stacey King for me, like he was the guy I listened to.
Yeah, and um, it just you start thinking about it, and you're like, man, he was a homer, but I loved it. National broadcast. I want a straight broadcast, but if I'm watching a local broadcast, I want a homer broadcast. I love it when you've got little things you do for each player and, uh, just little inside things and being just so dedicated to the team. And he loved being a Bulls broadcaster. He had fun. I mean, you know, maybe not my favorite, but you know, definitely I looked forward to hearing the drive home safe Chicago beep beep.
Yep.
Like I love that. That's the most iconic to me. But one of his sayings. Yeah, it leaves a big hole. And I think Bulls White Sox fans probably realize real hard that you lose a broadcaster and they don't good broadcasters don't just grow on trees.
No, no, they don't. I feel so bad for the next TV Bulls color man because that person is going to have impossible shoes to fill.
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Kendall Gill, at least temporarily.
Could be. And I like Kendall Gill, but again, you're
He's
going
not
into
Stacey King.
Stacey's seat.
Yeah, he's not Stacey King.
No, nobody's Stacey King. That's what makes Stacey so great is especially for any broadcaster when you truly are you. When you create a personality for yourself, that's when you've really known you've made it. Because you could be very good at articulating something and broadcasting, but if you're just kind of a robot, you might sound phonetically good. You might have something to offer, like for a national broadcast where you need to be unbiased. But I mean, really, the memorable broadcasters truly are the ones who pour out their emotions and their personality onto the broadcast. And that is what Stacey had been since day one. It was special and it was unique because he was unique to what he was. His sayings were unlike others. They were, give me the hot sauce and, like you said, drive home safely.
If you're
You're gonna
scared,
miss
get
it.
a dog. Uh, I mean, there was the one with Derek is what was it too big, too fast,
Too
too strong,
strong,
too
too
good.
good. Uh-huh. Yep.
Um, if you're scared, get a dog. Mouse in the house. Uh, bang, bang, bang.
Or I posted a clip because I'll never forget this game. It was during Derrick Rose's season. It was in Milwaukee. The Bulls were trailing through like most of it in the final minutes, and then Derrick Rose just completely took over the game and the Bulls won. I'll never forget watching this game with my brother too. This was back in 2011, and Stacey King was going crazy. And my favorite clip of him from that broadcast was when Rose, I think it was the game tying layup, and Rose had just been starting on his heater, and Stacey King goes, "This is my playground. I'm playing by myself," and that was just etched into my memory.
Do you remember Omer Ashik?
I do. A
And
Sheik
he
and
was
Destroy.
Ashik and Destroy.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Did he start Give Me the Hot Sauce with Kyle Korver?
yeah. Kyle Korver 3 pointers. Let me step back and kiss myself.
That was that was another game in Milwaukee where Derrick Rose had that buzzer beater. I'll never
Uh,
forget watching that. I remember I jumped up so high I almost touched the ceiling when that happened, but that Stacey King call was etched in my memory.
I would yell no soup for you.
Cookies.
Oh man, Stacy. It's a it's a sad day, man. Honestly, it's just hearing that news is is just a tough one to swallow.
It is. And don't forget too, Stacey King was a key role player on the first three championship teams.
Yeah.
We can't remember his time as a Bull, as well as a Bulls broadcaster. He was part of a dynasty. And somebody, Chicago History on Twitter, just posted a great clip from 1993 where Stacey King got into it with Dennis Rodman when Dennis Rodman was on the Spurs. And I just laugh because it's like, man, he went from public enemy in Chicago #1 to like a hero in this town.
Yeah. I'm just messaging with Big Dave and he's pretty broken up about all this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He knew Stacy. Um, yeah, so sad. Um, it's sucks for him. I would love for him to see whatever the Bulls are going to do with this draft pick and the new direction they're going. And then Stacy's not going to see any of that. It's sucks for him, sucks for us that we're not going to get to hear Stacy's calls on those with those new players.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a new era of Bulls basketball, and if things go well, it'll be really, really sad without Stacey there. But I really hope that whether it's on the jersey or somewhere on the court, I'm sure they should have it etched in a logo, like on the broadcast. You got to have like a Stacey King like memorial patch or logo or symbol or something next to it.
There should just be at the broadcast booth an extra chair that's just
There you go.
empty. That's the Stacy chair.
Yeah.
It's I know there's been broadcasters that have been, way more nationally known and been with a team longer and uh, but
What he means to the city, though.
what Stacy King is as Chicago as it gets. It's just
Yes.
that's just fact that dude lived and breathed Chicago Bulls and he loved talking about the Bulls and the Chicago Bulls fans absolutely love him and uh this just really sucks. Really sucks for his family. It sucks for Bulls fans. This is just a heartbreaker. My daughter had a performance today, and I was sitting in the audience, and before it started, I could just hear everybody whispering about Stacey King, and um, you know, there was a bunch of old people, and they were all still in shock with about Stacey dying, and you're like, all right, that's you know, it's touching everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Ugh. Man, this stinks.
So, shout out to Stacey and rest in peace. Um, Peace and love to your family and hold your loved ones tight. And
Cherish
uh,
every day.
yep. And
Cherish every single day.
Stacey lived every day and he enjoyed what he did. And hopefully we can all take a cue from that and just live our lives and be passionate about what we do. And we'll see what the universe has next for us all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm reminded of that quote at the end of Brian's song. We don't remember him for how he died, but how he lived. Oh, how he did live. And, I think that's how we got to remember Stacey King is, you know, don't think about the age, think about the way he lived his life. And he lived his life to the absolute fullest. I mean, a great college player, a professional basketball player in the NBA, three-time world champion, a longtime beloved broadcaster for one of the biggest fan bases in the world. And, just brought a lot of joy to so many people. And the fact that he, no matter what, win or lose, whether the Bulls won 18 games or 50 games, he was just as enthusiastic and excited to call a game as you possibly could. So, just you gotta just remember all the good times with him. And I think a guy like him can teach a lot to somebody. I really do.
Yep. And he'll be missed. He'll be
Absolutely.
missed.
Not to keep the rain on the parade, but I also just there's a little more bad news here. Another story I just saw. Um, Remember Kyle Calder on the Blackhawks?
Yeah.
Sounds like this is according to Puck and Hostile. The story has been shared a little bit, but it sounds like he's in some really poor health, like he's having some serious health issues. And, Kyle Calder's kind of a blast from the past. He was kind of from that in between era, before the dynasty, but nonetheless, a notable Blackhawk. He was a captain at one point, an assistant captain. I don't know if he was ever actually the captain of the team. He might have been at one point, but I do know he wore the A at one point. But yeah, I just saw that bit of news. So best wishes and prayers out to Kyle Calder as well.
He's got to be what? He's younger than me, I'm sure.
Oh, he's not that old at all.
He's got to be what, 45?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Got to be
Oh
around there.
man. Jeez.
Oh, and
Ugh.
the Cubs here before the game tonight, they just had a moment of silence for Stacey King on the video board. They showed Stacey King on the video board, and they're doing a moment's silence at Wrigley Field. I hope, because Stacey has sung the stretch at Wrigley before, tonight for the seventh inning stretch, they should 100% play that clip of him singing the stretch.
I hope so. Pull it out and let the world hear that one more time.
Yep. Yeah, and if you have some D-list celebrity, tell him to, as Stacey would say, get out the way.
Stacy. Always always on.
Hmm.
Rest in peace, man. Oh.
Well, we want to talk about some drama now?
Yeah, let's talk Bears. I have a lot to say about this. Why are the Bears the most incompetent organization on earth? How are they so incompetent?
Can I ask you an honest question?
Yes.
Do you still buy that they're going to Indiana?
0%. 0%. And here I'm gonna go on my how I view things, and I think I'm right. Maybe we'll never know, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So it starts off with Bears want a new stadium. They come out and they say, for years, we need to own our stadium to be competitive in the NFL. We have to own our stadium, and that's why we can't stay in Chicago. Okay, makes sense. They need to own their stadium, have the sports complex around it, blah, blah, blah. I get it. They can't own Soldier Field. It's a landmark status, and you're not going to be able to build another stadium on the lakefront. Um, so they buy the plot of land in Arlington Heights. I'm not happy about it. I want them in the city, but okay, that's a big plot of land that you can do a whole lot with. Um, okay, so then they say tax certainty, but really they just want to pay next to no tax. They're looking to pay about 20% of a little less than 20% of what they were told they would have to pay. They were told mid $50 million for taxes, and they want to pay about 10 million. And they also want the state to pay about $1 billion in infrastructure. And the governor has made it a mission to balance the budget in the state and has done so. And uh and so he's not going to just roll over and do like the state used to do and just give money. So, but they recognize that you've got to do something for a business. That's what you do, and they're working on a deal. So then the Bears go to Indiana and get a leverage deal. The state of Illinois recognizes that they're not going to Indiana, especially not to that plot of land in Hammond. That's basically the Tribune had an article the other day. It's a toxic dump.
You digging? The dirt is glowing green.
Yeah, it looks like the Simpsons episode.
In there, guys. Thanks, Homer.
So they used as a leverage. The state called them on their bluff. I'm like, okay, we're not rushing to give you a bunch of money because Indiana said they're going to give you money. Go build a toxic dump at a stadium you won't own, because they clearly said they need to own their stadium. They don't own the stadium in Indiana. So they recognize, shit, we overplayed our hand, and now we're not getting what we want from Illinois. So Illinois is negotiating slowly to figure out what they want to give them. It passes the Senate, but not the House, because the House has a lot of votes from the Chicago delegate. And why did they fail the Chicago? Oh, because we find out that the Bears have been secretly meeting with the city of Chicago. And I don't think they legitimately trying to build in Chicago. I think they think that Chicago is real leverage and Indiana is not, because they are in Chicago. So staying in Chicago is actual leverage. But the state finds out and they go, oh, shit. All right, well then if you're not negotiating with us like in earnest, then we're going to walk away. And they did. And then the Bears went, oh shit. We lost out on the Bears, and we lost out on Illinois. All right, now we're going to vote to move to Indiana. And the thing is the vote said that they're going to explore sites in Indiana.
Right.
The after their quote vote, it's more vague than it was before they got the money from Indiana offer.
Well, that's the thing is, I want because there was a lot of, oh, it's official, the Bears are going to Indiana. No, that's not what happened. That's not what that statement was. That's not what this is. How many times have they shifted focus? They've shifted focus from Arlington Heights to Chicago, back to Arlington Heights to Indiana. This shifting focus. Here's you want to know when it's official, when a shovel goes into the ground.
I don't even think when the shovel goes in the ground. I've been telling I used to say shovel in the ground. I am no longer saying that. I'm saying when concrete is poured. Tell me when concrete is poured. Because they might have George out there with a pail and a spade, a little plastic one. He's out there shoveling.
Like at the beach.
Yeah, like he's got his bucket hat and his zinc oxide on his nose and his swimmies. And he's like, my bucket is purple. My bucket is purple. Mother said this is the best bucket. So until I see concrete trucks out there pouring, I don't buy anything. So it's so frustratingly annoying that Kevin Warren's one job and he stinks at it.
I'm just tired of the whole thing. It's a black eye on everybody, and it just this clown show has got to go. And then, you have the crap with the mayor and the city of Chicago. It's like this is just a giant circus. This whole thing is a giant circus. And, it's the media's got to love it because it gives them a story. But like me as a fan, I'm like, honestly, until there are shovels in the ground, I'm just, I don't care about any of the rhetoric. I don't care about any of the updates or the statements or any of this stuff. Call me when there's actually a shovel in the ground digging a foundation. Because
Yeah,
there's nothing else for me to look at or care about at this point.
yeah, it's just dumb. I mean, if you're not going to own the stadium, why not accept the Bears proposal of the stadium right where it is?
Sounds like a logistical nightmare.
Going to Indiana where you're not building. They want to have shopping district and restaurants. Nobody's putting restaurants and hotels and anything in Hammond. You're gonna go to the dump in Hammond. You're gonna see the game, and then you're gonna drive back home. And you know who the only person that wins if they go to Indiana is?
The governor of Indiana?
Maybe, but
Maybe. Maybe.
the taxpayers of Indiana don't win. The
No.
Bears don't win.
No.
The state of Illinois doesn't win. The mayor
No.
of Chicago doesn't win.
No. Well,
The
he's
company that
lost. He's
owns
already lost. He's not winning shit.
the company that owns the tolls going across the border from Indiana to Illinois is going to make a killing.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to raise the prices on Sundays. Oh, on Sundays it's $25.
Did they even have like public transportation to go there?
No, everybody's going to have to drive.
Oh, God. There's a train that gets off right at Arlington Park.
There's no train. There's no bus. It is straight everybody driving.
The bus is the magic school bus.
It's just dumb. They're not building there. It's going to go to Arlington Heights, and the Bears just suck at their public relations game. Just be quiet. Remember the Cubs bucked a little bit and they wanted money. And you know what? They shut up and they got money.
Yeah.
They got it. And that's what's going to happen.
We've said things about the Ricketts, but they're not dumb when it comes to that kind of stuff. They might be out of touch on a few other things, but when it comes to that, when it comes to real estate, they know what they're doing.
So it was just not, they didn't get what they wanted, but they got something good. And I'm sure the owner of the Fire is getting something for that new stadium. But you know what?
He has to be, yes, at the at the 78, right?
He shut the fuck up, and it was not a thing. It was just, oh hey, I just built it. The Blackhawks and the Bulls are doing that whole $7 billion renovation on the west side. Guess what? They're gonna get something there. And
Yep.
Just shut up. Just shut up about it. Do it in private, and nobody will know what you get. Do you know what the Chicago Fire got? No, I don't. Do you know what the Blackhawks and the Bulls are getting for that $7 billion investment? Nope, have no idea.
No.
But they got something. We know what the Cubs got because that actually made a little news and people went digging on it. But nobody's digging.
The Cubs were a unique situation because they were renovating a landmark. There was absolutely zero threat of them actually moving.
Yeah, I mean, I know Rosemont was trying to create pressure, offering them land, but they were not moving.
No, and everybody and their mother knew that wasn't happening.
So it's the Bears just loudly played their hand, and it's like when a player goes to the media and kicks and screams and doesn't show up to training camp. That's what the Bears are doing. And they just need to shut up and do it behind closed doors.
Illinois and the Bears trying to figure something out. It's like an episode of the Three Stooges.
It just, they're going to get some sort of money. They're going to pay more in taxes than they want to pay. And They're probably not going to get the full like public infrastructure money that they wanted, but they're going to get a bunch. Just shut up. Just shut up and do it quietly. And and according to reports, Kevin Warren didn't even go and meet with the legislators that he was supposed to meet with to discuss this, like the key ones. So, like, what is he doing?
I don't know. And sometimes some of the reports I hear, I do question a little bit about their legitimacy, but I mean, either way, it's clearly not being handled as well as we wanted it to be.
Um, yeah. So the Cubs asked for $300 million in public funding, and they were told no. What they got is they got reduced taxes,
And a supply of pumpkins to
and
sell at Gallagher Way.
and they got and they preserved federal and local historic preservation tax credits. So they got money. Not what they wanted, but they got money. They probably instead of $300 million, they got lower taxes for a long time. And it's probably going to offset. And you know what? It ends up being a wash at the end of the day. And if the Bears just shut up and played the cards that they should have played, they would have got money. It wouldn't have been a big deal. They probably would have already had the stadium under construction at this point.
Well, how many times have we heard we want shovels in the ground by
Yeah.
this date? No, shovels in the ground by that day. No, shovels in the ground by this day. No, shovels in the ground by that day. There's just, you sit here thinking, until there's actually shovels in the ground, there's no reason for me to really read into it because it's just going to be a bunch of malarkey between everybody. And I just, again, like I'm tired of it.
All
Just
right, the
truly tired of
question
it.
the question comes down is the stadium going to be built before their lease expires at Soldier Field?
I mean, you have a few years, but those few years could go by pretty quickly.
I mean, when you don't, it's going to take what 3 to 4 years to build the stadium, probably,
Hopefully, three.
and and you still don't know where you're building it, and they still don't have the finances for it.
Is it 2033 the lease ends?
Yes.
Yeah, those years leading up to them can evaporate pretty quickly. Because I think when they hired Kevin Warren, the hope was that they were going to start building in like 2024.
Yeah. According to a quick Google search, it says it takes about 36 months of active construction to build a domed NFL stadium. The entire timeline from project announcement to opening day often spans 4 to 7 years. The Bill Stadium,
Champagne, anybody?
yeah, it took it took 36 months for the Bills to build their stadium. And if they go to Indiana, I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be quicker in Arlington Heights because they've already done the demolition.
Right, that's all, the land is cleared.
It's the land is clear. In Indiana, like they don't have the infrastructure. Like it's swamp right now. I don't even think they can. I think they have to reclaim the land. Like you have to reclaim that land to build something there before so it doesn't sink. And you probably I guarantee if they do like environmental testing, I bet they got to do environmental remediation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. If you're going to a new site, especially a site like Hammond, there's what if you can't find something viable? Like, you got to test that. And people are like, well, if you look at the pictures, the pictures don't tell you what the composition of the land is.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's just they just played this so dumb. I mean, the Fire are going to have a stadium done before the Bears even break ground.
Isn't that crazy? on land that originally the White Sox were eyeing. Not that it matters now because they're going to be buying up that other land, but still, it's like, wow, look how quickly the Fire were able to get this figured out. I know it's obviously, the Fire Stadium is not nearly as big of a project as the Bears, but still they got themselves a pretty nice thing going for them there for building that new stadium.
It's just that stadium's going to be nice, and the White Sox are going to build that land like 3 blocks from where the Fire is.
Right, it's not even that far away.
Yeah, I mean it. Like I bet Andre Dawson could hit it with a base with throwing a baseball.
Oh yeah, I mean it's literally right there.
Yeah, it's just right across the road. Um, so yeah, I'm so mad at everything that's happened with this stadium. I'm so tired of hearing it, and it's become like a political thing about left versus right governments. And
It's
like,
just a clown show altogether.
yeah,
Can we just accept it's just a clown show?
yeah, and you know what? I'll be honest. I don't want to pay taxes to build the Bears a stadium.
I'm with you. I'm
Like
with
it,
you.
like it used to be back in the day, places would be like, all right, I'm going to give you money for this stadium because it's investing in jobs and stuff. And people are saying, oh, look at all the jobs it's creating. It's creating good jobs for 3 years. That's the construction jobs. Those are good jobs, but they're 3-year jobs and then it's done. After that, all of those jobs are janitor, concessions. Those are part-time, low-paying jobs. Like that's not tax-based income that you're excited about. So it's you're not building this revenue stream afterwards with owning a stadium. There's been studies done, in-depth studies that show that no publicly funded stadium has ever been beneficial to the taxpayers. Um, so I I asked ChatGPT. I said, at the proposed Wolf Lake location in Hammond, where the Bears would build a stadium, will they need to do environmental remediation or land reclaiming from swampland before building a stadium? Yes. The proposed Wolf Lake site in Hammond would likely require additional environmental assessment, geotechnical work, and potentially some sort of remediation or special construction measures before building a large stadium through a major land reclamation from swamp. The likely stadium footprint centers on or includes the Lost Marsh course, built on a former industrial slag heap. Uh, Environmental concerns. Uh, a stadium with heavy foundations, parking, etc., on capped slag would need to be thorough geotechnically and soil tested for load bearing capacity, settlement risks, and cap integrity. Nearby contamination. The area has heavy industrial legacy adjacent to or near hazardous waste sites at Oil Tank Farm, the BP Whiting Refinery, one of the largest in the Midwest, and Superfund or legacy pollution zones. Groundwater, soil vapors, and runoff could pose a risk. Environmental groups have raised concerns about impacts on Wolf Lake. Uh, so yeah, it's not a good location.
No, it's not. I don't
It
want
is
it there.
not.
No, nobody wants it. There isn't anybody who's excited about it being. Okay, so maybe there are some areas that would technically be easier for some fans to get to Hammond, but does the majority of the fan base want it at Hammond? No, 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 we don't.
Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. Um, so
Terrible.
it's terrible. Terrible. Like it's a terrible idea. Terrible idea. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. And the Bears just like it. And so the everything the Bears wanted is thrown out the window, and they're just looking for um They're just looking for a handout and lower taxes. So they won't own the stadium. They won't own those naming rights. So you want that Hallis Stadium? Nope. It's going to be, I don't even know, Underwear Stadium. It's going to be Fruit of the
Fruit of
Loom
the Loom
Stadium.
Stadium.
It's going to be Huggy Stadium. Uh, you know, and you're not going to own it, and you're not going to be able to build around it. You're not building anything there. Go, people are, oh, well, you got the casino there. Have you ever been to that casino? It's all right. They say Disney World is the happiest place on earth. That's the saddest place on earth. It's literally the saddest place on earth is the casino there.
And there's casinos popping up everywhere.
So
It's not
like
some unique thing anymore.
you're not going to build this wonderland of stuff there. And I'm sure you saw the cover of the Madden game with Caleb Williams on the front, and somebody photoshopped the all of the factories behind it from Hammond,
Yeah, I saw that.
or the AI image that somebody made of it looked like a rusted out dump heap of a stadium in Hammond.
Yep, I saw that.
It's it's just it's just a joke.
It
Like if
is.
they go there, they're not a serious team, and they're never going to win a Super Bowl ever again.
You better
They're done.
you better hope they win a Super Bowl so I
No,
could
if they
mask
move
some
there,
of this.
if they move there, they are a joke. They are a joke franchise, absolutely joke.
Oh,
And I
you
don't think
said
they're
that
going.
many times.
I just,
That ain't new.
the only thing that, so I want to say it's 0% chance they go to Indiana, but then you got to remember that George McCaskey is the dumbest owner in sports history, and you're like, okay, well, you have to put in the dumb guy factor, and dumb guy might do something real dumb. It's like, oh yeah, nobody. There's never going to be a kicker drafted in the first round, and the Raiders are like, hold my beer. It's one of those situations, and you know, so there's no logical sense there, and
No.
and it's a bad time to be asking for money. Even Jerry shut up. Jerry went in and was like, look at me. I'm the king of being able to navigate the system and get money. He went down to Springfield and they gave him the middle finger and said, not today. This is not the government. This is not the environment. We will get voted out if we try to give a handout to billionaires that we've already given a handout to, and it's bit us in the ass. We can't do it.
I want another sweet deal.
Another sweetheart deal. Like that's just not the way things are. And read the comments online. Is anybody that's like, oh my God, the Illinois is so dumb, blah, blah, blah. Look where they are. They are not in Chicago. They're not in Illinois. They're from somewhere else. They're from Florida, or they're some bot farm in Thailand or the Philippines or Russia. They're not anywhere here that's in the taxpayer base. The taxpayers here don't want to pay for a stadium. They don't want to do it. And if we have to spend $1 billion and give it as a handout to the Bears, and we're giving them they want literally lower than half the tax rate that the Woodfield Mall pays. Less than half of what the Woodfield Mall pays in taxes. So we're reducing the tax base to negligible money and giving them $1 billion. Where's that money coming from? We're paying the taxes on it. We're paying our taxes are going to pay that. So people don't want that. It's 2026. People are tired of giving handouts to billionaires. George McCaskey, if you want to fund all this, is either like I did a deep dive, and it estimates the Bears over the last 3 years have made in before taxes. So like after all of their debts, everything they've made like over $300 million basically profit before taxes, like federal taxes and state taxes. $300 million after they've paid George and they've paid any debts they have. So you figure, all right, average about $100 million a year. and they've been in that new stadium for 20 years. You should have the money to pay for the stadium right there. And if you can't sell part of the team that's valued at $9 billion, was it $8.9 billion or something? Sell 10%.
I wish they'd sell all of it.
I wish they would too, but they're not going to. Sell
No.
10%. Sell 10% for $1 billion.
I wish they would have sold the team at the beginning of the century. Obviously, that was never going to happen, but I wish they would have sold it then before Ted Phillips landed the spaceship in Soldier Field, but that's just me.
I mean, honestly, just imagine if they did that right. If they had built that right and done it the right way, they could just still be there. Like,
Wow.
I'm just,
I think this is where a lot of this originates. Like, you really fucked up Soldier Field the first time. And look, I know some people like the atmosphere of it and it can get great. And I know it's aesthetically pleasing on the broadcast, but we talked about it before. It's too small. It lacks a lot of the amenities that modern facilities and stadiums have. It just, it's just way too dated. Even though it was fully renovated, what, 22, 23 years ago? Trying to retrofit a modern stadium within the walls of an ancient coliseum, this is what happens when that happens. And it just, again, you're in a place where you can't, first of all, you can't own it, like you said. And two, the museum campus is a nice walk. It really is. I enjoy it. But you want amenities around that stadium. You want bars, restaurants, entertainment venues, kind of more designated park activity areas where things can be set up. It's just going forward, it's just not viable to keep playing it.
yeah, I mean, if you want public land or public money, do put it towards something that needs to be renovated. Like, had they gone to the former Michael Reese Hospital site, that needs a full restructure, like reinvest in them there, put things there to make that area better. And all right, fine. I will okay that, because that money will then eventually be used for something that benefits the citizens, making that area better. Okay, well, cool. We can do that. But the Bears didn't want to be at the former Michael Reese Hospital. Um, so it's where we are. They don't want to be anywhere that's going to improve things. Like, who cares if you like if you don't build in Arlington Heights, then no money needs to be put in there. Like, there's nothing wrong with what's there. So it's not improving. There's nothing wrong with what's there. So improving that area doesn't benefit people. It only benefits the Bears. If you like the stadium, where if the renovating this current stadium, that plan that Lori Lightfoot had before she left, that, all right, you can argue benefits Chicagoans and brings more tourism to the city. I can buy that. Putting it where the Michael Reese Hospital is, I can buy that, because that's revitalizing that area for the rest of the community. But it's so what if you're going to give public money, you better have a public benefit for it. And George McCaskey getting money is not a public benefit.
What if he buys a giant truck of purple crayons? I'm just saying. Gonna drive around with purple crayons. Just a giant truck full of them. Color the town purple.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of it. I just am.
Yep.
That's all I got to say on that. There was another Bears topic, though, I really wanted to talk about, and I wanted to get your take on it.
All right.
Did you hear Roma Dunze talk about his foot?
I heard the comment, and based on the comment, I got very concerned. I I'm a lot less concerned is I have to find the Twitter account. There's a guy that has a Twitter account and he does a deep dive into these injuries for various teams and he talks about it. And the first one I saw was the wide receiver from the Giants, um, Malik Neighbors. And he did a deep dive with, it's not a normal ACL and it's probably going to take longer. And here's what's going to happen. And he does this really deep dive into it. And he did one for Roma Dunze, and he talked about, he's like, when that type of injury, the bone doesn't heal the same way. And he's like, most people probably won't notice the difference. And he's like, but an elite athlete probably notices slight differences. And he's like, it's not going to cause him any issue playing on it. It's just feels different. And um, and he's like, it probably just takes time to get used to playing where it feels different than you've been playing on it for most of your life. And he's like, it's one of those things that just the regular person probably would never notice the difference. And I was like, okay, that makes me feel better. And he's like, other athletes have had this and not impacted their career at all. And we saw him play at the end of the year, and by the end of the season, he was playing well. Um, so I'm a lot less worried.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried, but it does make you raise your eyebrow a little bit, especially with the importance that he has. I mean, he's your wide receiver one right now, and he missed a lot of time last year injured. Now, you've lost DJ Moore, but you have Luther Burden. You have, as receivers slash tight ends, you have Colson Loveland, Cole Kmet, Luther Burden, as kind of your top guys. But still, you want Roma Dunze being part of that top targeted crew. Like he should be your number one targeted wide receiver this season, assuming health.
Um, and I mean, and from all reports, Xavier Thomas looks really good. Your wide receiver that you drafted from LSU looks really good. I don't know how that'll translate, but I as a extra guy, that makes me kind of excited.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Scotty
so
Miller Pro Bowl season loading.
I mean, honestly, sleeper pickup is the expectation. You don't need him to do anything, but if he comes in just under the radar and is that blanket, like underneath guy safety blanket, dump off valve wide receiver for the Bears, just makes those tough slant route catches, like, man, that could be huge, especially when they're trying to do these big chunk plays and then they've got him, like, that's it makes it a lot harder to cover.
Yeah, for sure.
So I I'm I'm not nervous at this point.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Like I said, I'm not panicking or anything, but it does raise your eye a little bit, and it does surprise you that he was as transparent with the media as he was. You know, don't you think there's times like that where the team PR might say, "Hey, maybe don't be so open about that."
Oh, absolutely. That was the first thing I thought is I'm like, I don't think especially after reading that guy I was talking about, is I was like, man, the PR people need to just tell him to shut up. Uh, so because that's like you don't want to hear your star player, star wide receiver, uh, talk about his foot injury.
No, no, especially coming off last year when you were out for quite a while.
Um, so yeah, I just um Yeah, I just want the media or like the media PR people to just be like, shut up, just be like, nope, feels good. I mean, he's a young kid and he doesn't really shoot his mouth off on stuff, so I'm sure he never got like that full media training like Caleb does, where the camera and the is always on him.
Right. I mean, I don't know what happens behind closed doors, who talks about what, but I do wonder. I would be shocked if PR didn't talk to him about it.
Oh, I know they did. I know they did. And just like I'm sure PR talked to Caleb ad nauseum before he went on the Kelsey Brothers podcast.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it was a big day for Caleb because, you know, a big week, I should say, because, he goes on that podcast and then he's part of the Madden introduction for the cover of Madden, which wasn't that at Navy Pier, I think it was.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
But either way, he had that big celebration of him being on the cover of Madden, which is really cool, by the way. So yeah, obviously a lot of focus is on him, and the focus is always going to be on him more than anybody. He's the quarterback, but Rome Odunze is a very important piece of this team, and when you hear comments that are pretty explicit, I mean, it's going to catch people's attention.
Yeah. And, I'm excited about Caleb Williams being on the cover of Madden. Um, that means they're putting his Madden rating up to where it should be. And, you know, I've had people be like, what about the Madden curse? And I'm like, I think that's broken. I think it's been broken. I mean, like how many times
Sean,
uh is, you know, we've just we've seen a lot of cases. It's not like every year the Madden curse happens. So I'm not saying nothing will happen. I'm just saying that I don't think Madden is going to cause it.
Sean Hartman, wow, 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 wow. It's the
Complete
kiss.
ruiner of everything.
It's the kiss of death by Mr. Sean Hartman. Wow, 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 wow.
I guarantee the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl every year from now on.
No, 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 no. See, you only jinx Chicago teams. Your voodoo does not work on other teams.
Uh, uh, yeah, but I'm excited. Like, the last Madden game I bought, the Bears are terrible on there, and Caleb Williams is not a good quarterback on there, and you've just got to build him up. And I, I want a good Bears offense because I just want to do lights out on it.
Yep, me too.
You want to hear something frustrating? So I completed the entire like season of on the Madden game I got,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, I I went undefeated and won the Super Bowl, and I lost one game during the regular season. Why did I lose the game, and who did I lose the game to? I had to pause the game because my wife needed help with something, and eventually it just timed out the pause, and it started like the pause ended, and it went and it completed the game with auto mode. I lost to the Packers
Of course
in
you did. Of
Chicago. I
course you
was
did.
so mad, and I played the Packers in the postseason, and I was like, no, oh, they're in trouble. I won that game like 48-0. Like I'm not even letting them get a first down. I just put an all out blitz on everybody. And then I played a safety and all of their hot routes, I sat on it and I intercepted Jordan Love like 7 times. I had multiple pick sixes. And I was like, nope, not even going to let them in this game.
Well, you know, the best way to live a fantasy is by playing a video game, right?
Well, duh.
Yeah, I mean, I've been James Bond in video games plenty of times.
All right. Should we talk about shitty baseball teams?
Uh, yeah.
Uh, I'm tired of the Cubs.
This team stinks.
This
Right
team
now, they
stinks.
are legitimately terrible.
You know, after that, so after that last win against the A's, I'm like, all right, maybe this is that turnaround. This they came back and won that game, and you're like, okay, some things happened, but they won that game, and that's awesome. And like, if they come back out and win tomorrow, maybe the Cubs have figured it out. Ugh, they played literally the worst game of the entire year, and Cabrera comes back and just like
Awful.
I awful is too kind of a word. Just
It
too
is.
kind of a word.
It was embarrassing. You played one of the worst games I think they ever played in my lifetime. Like that's not even exaggerating. You lost 18 to 3. I mean, zero pride, zero shame. Truly something you should hang your heads on in a bad way. This is so uninspiring. This was supposed to be the easy part of your schedule. And I guarantee you when they go to Colorado, Colorado is going to score 15 to 20 runs a game. They give up home runs like it's just batting practice. It never ends. Everyone is just giving up bombs except for Ben Brown, who's awesome. Ben Brown is one of maybe two or three Cubs right now that are actually fun to watch. This rotation is hurt, it's terrible, and I don't think it's getting any better anytime soon. It's only trending downward.
Yeah. Yep.
By the way, Jameson Taillon's hurt now.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, maybe that's good because he stinks. I just don't know who's pitching for you anymore.
I mean, Javier Saad's gonna have to come back in the rotation.
Yeah,
They
which is
say they say Matthew Boyd's coming back.
okay.
I don't think he's gonna be any good either.
No, I mean he's
His
come
last
back,
rehab start, he gave up 3 homers. I know rehab starts are rehab starts, but still.
but Assad stinks. So it
Shota
just
Imanaga's 180. He was great to start the year, and now he's terrible.
Ben Brown is literally the only Cubs rotation player that or starter that I trust to do anything.
I trust him and like half a Colin Ray. And Colin Ray's not exactly, he's not lighting it up, but at least he's been keeping you in games.
I'm just so frustrated with the Cubs.
And
I,
every team hits with runners in scoring position with 2 out, except the Cubs. Everybody. They are the least clutch team I have ever seen. You should have swept the A's. You had 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the ninth, and you had the man from man down 1 at second with nobody out. Both times you scored 0 fucking runs, and you had the heart of your goddamn order up. Alex Bregman, can I have my money back? Can we have our money back? Or can you just start hitting, please? I'm begging you. I am begging you. Hit the damn ball. He's been terrible. Nico Horner, I think he's hurt because he's been terrible. Suzuki, terrible. Swanson, so terrible he was benched. Moises Ballesteros, completely fallen off. Bush, okay. The only one hitting right now is PCA. Those 2 home runs he had on Saturday were electric. He's been your best hitter. Everyone else, it's been awful.
Yeah, I mean it's
Why should I think this is going to get any better right now?
yeah, I'm just tired of it, and nothing's gonna get better. Like maybe you play a little bit better, but
You're not winning the
it's
division. That's already
no,
over.
that's all done. You're done. Done over, period.
Wild card's your only play at this point.
And that's I don't know how realistic that is.
How are they this bad? How are they this bad? And listen, I get with your rotation, Cade Horton, Justin Steele.
It's
Those
the
injuries
it's the
suck.
hitting. It's the pitching has been okay enough. I mean, you know,
Uh,
all right. I mean, if you're hitting what you're supposed to be hitting, they your pitching is not good, but you should be winning way more of these games.
yeah, I mean, over the past few weeks, you could easily have four more wins. And even if it's just four more wins, that's a big difference. That's a big difference. I mean, the A's you lost because of the lack of hitting. You
Yeah, I
pitched
mean,
fine in game one. Game two, you did enough. Even though you blew the lead, you still should have won with your offense.
four more wins, you're in the driver's seat in the wild card.
Yes. Yes. Now, you are a little fortunate that some of the wild card teams have been kind of streaky too.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Arizona and San Diego have just shit the bed.
Yeah, I mean that is the funny thing is there are so like the NL is clearly the better league with like records, but so many NL teams have gone on just absolute dog shit runs.
Of the teams that are not currently in the wild card spots, like the ones that are outside trying to catch that are only a couple games out, only one only one team within 5 games of the wild card has a winning record in their last 10 games. One. And that's the Mets.
Wow.
In fact, out of any team that's not in the wild card, only one has a winning record over their last 10. That's the Mets.
And they were the worst team in baseball for a while.
And in fact, of the division, the non-division winner or leaders in the National League, only 3 are above 500 in their last 10. That's the Phillies, St. Louis, and the Mets.
That's kind of wild. And
It,
I mean, hopefully that's because I mean, this offense should be so much better. That's the thing. It should be so much better. And it's amazing how almost everybody is in this month-long slump.
would you like to hear the run differential between the the 3 division leaders in the NL versus the 3 wildcard teams in the NL?
No, but go ahead.
Uh, the NL East leader, Atlanta, plus 116. The NL West leader, the Dodgers, plus 133. Milwaukee, the NL Central leader, plus 105. The number 1 wildcard team, St. Louis, minus 2. Philadelphia, the number 2 wildcard team, minus 19. The Cubs, the number 3 wildcard team, plus 4.
They're really positive.
That's because they were so far ahead early on.
I, yeah, I guess. I just,
Because they were winning games by big runs.
so I'm sitting here waiting. When are the Cardinals gonna like fuck off?
I
They
don't know.
just keep, their pitching is straight up not good, and yet they keep finding ways to win.
You know what's wild? Outside of the division leaders, only one team in the National League has a run differential higher than 5. Do you know who that is?
Who's that?
Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
They're plus 30.
They just got swept by the Braves. Well, the Braves are really good, but I
And
think
then you
that's
go to
less on
the
the Pirates, more on the
you go
Braves
to
just
the
being really good.
AL division leaders. Tampa Bay plus 7. Cleveland plus 1. Seattle plus 29.
Wow.
The NL is winning the World Series. I just can't see how they're not.
Well, as we see it right now on June 7th, it would seem that way. I mean, my money's on the Dodgers either way, but yeah, I mean, it's been a very weird season. I mean, you've heard me rant and rave here, but I'm trying to balance out what I can have faith in this team and where I don't. I don't have faith in the starting pitching. It's just straight up not good enough, and that's not. I don't think you're gonna suddenly get a shot in the arm. maybe Edward Cabrera tinkers with his stuff and figures something out. That is my ultimate hope because you're going to need that. But I think Shota Minaga is who he is at this point.
Yeah. I think he just fooled some people early on.
It's
And
a
with
shame because he was legit looking good. It wasn't looking fluky good. It was legit looking good.
maybe we get a miracle and Justin Steele comes back sometime in July and looks good.
It's just so hard to count on that
I know. I'm
when you
saying
haven't pitched in that long.
I'm throwing Hail Marys.
It's it's so bleak with the starting pitching, and you can't call on a Jackson Wiggins because he's been hurt. And even some of the guys you signed to minor league deals as veteran starters, they're hurt too. Like, bring up Javier Assad is all you have. Because
Yeah.
you can't bring up Jordan Wicks. He is just not a major league pitcher
No,
right now.
he's toast. You can't. Um, I've heard, well, maybe the Cubs could trade for Tarek Skubal. Why? Why? He's going to be a free agent. You're not going to pay him. You're going to give up a shit ton for him, and you're not winning the World Series with him. Like, I would love to have him, but it's just it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But this offense looks like it's not being reanimated anytime soon.
No, I don't know how you fix it.
I don't know either. It should be a lot better than this. And we know things can change on a dime. We know that.
Yeah,
But
baseball's funny because one player that goes on a mega hot streak can drive everything.
where would you
Um,
be without PCA the past few weeks?
yeah,
Green Hap.
and Dansby's benched.
Hopefully that kind of wakes him up like Hap did. And then I think if you get Matt Shaw back, maybe you consider doing the same with Bregman. I don't know. I mean, they're so feeble right now. All of them except for PCA. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's funny because, all right, as a nice segue here, the White Sox and the Cubs have the exact same record pending tonight's results. As the time we're recording this, they're exact same record. And the White Sox seem in a way different place than the Cubs. Partly because they're in a much different division in a different league. Partly because the Cubs were buoyed by two 10-game winning streaks. And without that, they would be just absolutely abysmal. And the White Sox started off really bad and have been coming on strong.
Well, that, and I mean, the White Sox offense is so much more fun to watch. So much more fun. The way they grind and execute. I mean, they've been doing much better job recently than the Cubs, and you feel like they're not out of any game, even if they don't win every single game.
Right. And you just lost the series to the Phillies, but you compete it, and the Phillies are playing good baseball,
Yes.
and you took, you only won 1 of 3, but you scored runs on them. You scored runs with without your best two hitters, without Teal and Murakami.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like things are in a positive place.
I mean, no matter what, you've proven you're taking a massive step forward this year. Like, that's already set in stone with the White Sox. And the White Sox aren't spending nearly as much as Alex Bregman's making how much money? Shota Minaga, Jameson Tyone, Ian Happ, Nico Horner, they're all making a ton of money, and right now things are really, 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 really awful.
Yes.
Just straight up. And I'm waiting. The A's and the Giants, ooh, that looks good on paper. You're at the risk of losing another series. You haven't won a series in like over a month now. How the fuck can you be this talented and go on a run like that?
Yeah,
How is that possible?
and you're losing again tonight.
Yeah. It's every day. You're waiting for it to come together and it looks lifeless. Outside of two lucky wins. I'm just I'm flabbergasted. Flabbergasted by all of it. Is this just the worst slump ever and they're going to wake up? Are they really just not that good?
I
I don't
mean,
know.
the injuries on top of just layered slumps. Like, how does an entire team go on a slump at the same time? Like, how does it happen?
I ask this every year with this regime.
Yeah, it's mind numbing. And every year they fire their hitting coach, and it's not the hitting coach. I think honestly, it's time for Jed to probably get fired, right?
It's not going to happen.
I don't think so, but he's earned it.
He has to miss the playoffs to even get considered.
It could happen. Could very well happen. I think I just what has he done to maintain his job?
Right now, it's not enough.
I mean, the World Series he was part of, but he was not the brain trust on that.
No, I'm not counting the Theo era. I'm considering everything from 21 onward. 21, 22, you were tearing it down and rebuilding. Okay. 23, you missed the playoffs by a game, but I think that was more on ownership not letting him go out and make another bigger because I think you were a bigger move away from that being a legit playoff team. 2024, you failed on a lot of number of things. 2025, you had a good year. 92 wins in a playoff series. But here's the thing. If you miss the playoffs this year, you've made the playoffs once since 2021 with all the resources and all the money you spent. That is straight up not good enough. Now, what I think is going to happen is they miss the playoffs. You know what's going to happen, right? They're going to point to the injuries and that's going to be the excuse.
Oh, I'm sure. And you know, it doesn't like injuries are part of it. But you you didn't do you didn't build a well-rounded team. You built it on hopes and dreams.
Do you remember a few years ago when the Braves literally had everybody and anybody injured and they still made the playoffs?
Like you need to be better. You got
And
to be
even
better.
yes, and even if you're looking at injuries, we're talking about the starting rotation. Your lineup has been healthy, and it's been just feeble for so long.
Oh, well, the underlying numbers, getting back to where you got to be on the back of the baseball card. Well, the spreadsheet says,
Says this, they're not doing their jobs.
oh, well, it'll regress back.
Back, just I, tired of it.
I mean, at least we got Kelly from the Dodgers, right? Right? That's something, right? Right?
Hooray! Hooray!
Tell me this isn't the a Cubs pickup. 26-year-old Kelly has put together some intriguing minor league seasons, but has yet to crack the big leagues. He possesses big-time strikeout potential and shaky control.
Shaky control. Well, the one thing I'll say is those are the kind of finds they're actually kind of good at. I think they're sinking a lot of money into not so good enough. That's one of my issues. I think you've overvalued some things here.
Uh, I just honestly, I think Jed needs to go. It won't happen. I just think it's time.
I just wonder, I almost feel like the philosophy of this organization is just maybe a little too dated. Everyone around you is throwing 100 plus. Everyone around you has deep farm systems and you don't. Everyone around you develops power pitching.
Oh, well, we got to think about the long term. We got to think about food. I wish we had 1,000 Kyle Hendrickses.
Did you see what happened to him towards the end of his career when
Yeah, he
everything just
stunk.
became more and more velocity based?
All right, I'm going to throw something out there. All right, is Jed, even though he should go, is almost assuredly going to be back next year, right?
I don't see him getting fired.
What about Carter Hawkins? Somebody's going to be the scapegoat for this year. Somebody's going to be gone. And it's way too many hitting coaches. Like they fire a hitting coach at least every other year, if not every year.
Bears OC, Cubs hitting coach. Where something looks a little similar here, doesn't it?
It is, does Carter Hawkins become the scapegoat?
Maybe. And maybe for good reason. I don't know. Didn't was it Jed or Theo that talked about how they were kind of him and Hoyer were kind of like the opposites attract type where they could kind of bounce off countering opinions,
Yeah.
whereas are Jed and Carter just too redundant in their thought? I mean, obviously, you need to have an overall vision and execute on that vision throughout your entire organization. I get that, but uh, do they just share a vision that's just too flawed in 2026? Where maybe it makes sense in 2015, but in 2026 it just doesn't? Those are the questions I start asking.
Yeah. So Dustin Kelly's probably going to get fired. He's been long tenured. He's been here since 2023. Greg Brown was before that. He lasted one season. Uh, Iapochi, what, 2 seasons, maybe three. Chili Davis, one.
Oh, Chili Davis, you remember that.
Uh, John Maley was here about 2 or 3 years.
And John
Bill,
Maley's the assistant now.
Bill Mueller was one. Uh, who was under Dale Sveum?
Was
Was that,
that Rudy Jaramillo?
or was it Rosen?
Because didn't they have Rudy Jaramillo for a bit?
Maybe.
Or was that his guy's name? I could be butchering that name, but doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah, but like they don't have lasting hitting coaches. Um, so I would imagine hitting coach gets fired at the end of the year, and maybe Carter Hawkins as the scapegoats, and well, changing philosophies.
Again, we could be singing a different tune at some point, but I've been waiting for this. Okay, well, it's going to write itself, and so far it just hasn't. It's gone too long not writing itself.
Right. Did you see the White Sox are having an alumni home run derby?
Yeah, but that's a great idea, but some of the names I don't like. Lurie Garcia?
Jose Canseco.
I mean, that's cool. Like, okay, that I can roll with, but like, why shouldn't you have like Adam Dunn? I mean, maybe they did and they didn't, but wouldn't it
Frank
be
Thomas, Jim Thome.
they are doing it?
No, I said that would be awesome.
Oh, I was gonna say because I didn't see any of those. I mean, Frank Thomas isn't gonna do it. We know why.
Yeah, I know but Jim Thome, what's he doing?
Oh, if you had Jim Thome, Adam Dunn, Paul Konerko, that would be fun. I mean, I think it's gonna be fun either way. It's gonna be a blast either way. I just really Lurie Garcia.
Yeah, well, you're getting Daniel Palka.
Yeah, just guys. You had so many
Um,
sluggers.
you're getting Scotty Posednik.
The guy who was not known for hitting home runs.
Uh,
Man, even like what about like Carlos Quentin or Diane Vicieto?
Or
or
Jermaine Dye.
Jermaine Dye. Yeah, oh, that would be a good one.
People would
Or
love that one.
Maglio
Yeah, Maglio
Ordonez.
Ordonez. Like, oh man, that would be a good one too.
Hell, I'd rather watch Jose Valentin.
What's Adam Dunn doing?
That's what I said. Adam Dunn, where's he?
Yeah, Adam Dunn.
Adam Dunn is like the perfect, like, let's just watch him hit nukes in batting practice type player.
Oh my God, that would be fun. I do. I mean, Jose Canseco is the number one player I want to see, just because he's a hot mess. Um, but Jose Canseco nailed that one. The rest of the lineup, mm, not good.
Again, I'm sure it'll be a blast, but man, there are so many names you could have gotten. And maybe some of them just didn't want to because you also kind of got to be in shape, right? Like a decent enough shape.
Yeah.
So when you retire, you know,
I mean, what's Albert Bell doing? Is he still alive?
is he?
I don't know. Let me Google. Is Albert Bell?
I wouldn't think he would have died, but I also have no idea what he's doing right now.
No, he's still alive.
I thought so.
But why not Albert Bell? I mean, he's still in his 50s.
Hey, Sammy Sosa used to play in the White Sox.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Yo, there you go. Manny Ramirez.
Yeah, Paul Canerco, Jose Abreu, Jim Thome, Albert Bell, Jermaine Dye, Adam Dunn, Maglio Ordonez.
Jose Valentin, damn it. That mustache.
Uh, like that. If they got Ken Griffey Jr., that would be awesome.
Oh, that would be an absolute festival of awesomeness. I mean, that you want to talk about attracting people, that would be an automatic win.
Yeah, people would lose their minds.
Well, not only is it one of the greatest baseball players ever and one of the most popular baseball players ever, just the sheer novelty. White Sox alumni, Ken Griffey Jr., a guy who was there for like what, 3 months?
Andrew Jones.
Oh, he was a White Sox. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my
Just
God.
elected to the Hall of Fame.
If you had Andrew Jones, Jim Thome, Ken Griffey Jr., and Jose Canseco as your alumni home run derby, that you are selling that out. People are coming out for that.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Like I 100% would be there.
Like, what if they just said, you know what, for this alumni thing, let's just make it of all the superstar sluggers who were here for like 10 minutes? Like, that would be a hell of a lineup. Like, could you imagine a final round between Manny Ramirez and Ken Griffey Jr.? I'd go.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Make this happen.
Oh, well, Louis Garcia. But I bet Louis Garcia is still in decent shape because he hasn't been out of the league that long, right? It's only been a few years.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, White Sox, they're playing pretty well without Murakami, without Teal. And I mean, they're out without Noah Schultz for right now. He should be back soon. But I mean, that team is just they're playing well. They're coached well. And once Teal and Murakami and Schultz come back, like I expect this team to continue playing well. And, we're not quite there yet. Probably next episode, I think we might feel comfortable talking about how aggressive the White Sox should be at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I think so. You have an opportunity here. You have a real opportunity. This division is beyond terrible. The league is beyond terrible. Take advantage. You don't even know if you're going to be playing next year. I mean, I think you will eventually, but still, you don't know what the future holds legitimately.
Yeah, I mean you can't you've got to play every season like it's the last one. Remember what happened last time there was a major work stoppage for your team.
Oh,
There might be
yeah.
a work stoppage again. Go all in. See what happens. You know what? All right, let's say you get things go your way. You win the division. You don't have to face the Yankees in the playoffs, and you go to the World Series. I mean, this is big hypothetical. It takes a whole lot for that to happen. But you know, the Yankees are probably your biggest threat in the postseason, right?
Them
And
in Tampa.
I, Tampa, I just they're a good team. Are they a postseason good team? I don't know.
They don't really have the star power.
That's what I'm thinking is they just don't have that. The Yankees do. And I know that their Aaron Judge is going to be out for a while. But let's say that hypothetically they make the postseason and they don't have to face the Yankees because the Yankees lose to somebody else. Um, and you feel good about where you are and you make it to the World Series and you have to face an Atlanta or a Dodgers. That's just a road grader team. Who cares? You know how you went from 100 loss season to the World Series. That is momentum. Like, give these fans something to cheer about. Give them something. Go all in. You've got no payroll. Absorb that payroll. Flip some of those young players you've got that are going to be locked in. Like, your number one player in your farm system right now is blocked by current players and is going to be blocked by your number one pick. Trade your number one player for a stud player.
Yeah.
Like, use your top farm system players to give you something good.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. It really will be. Because, again, you have this opportunity here. I mean, I do think some other AL teams are going to get a little better, but I don't think it's going to be anybody in your division.
Yeah. So I hope they go balls to the wall.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, we'll talk about more next week about what they could do. Like, we'll see how they look in this road grader first 2 weeks of June. Um, because the first challenge down, you fight valiantly against the Phils. Let's see what happens with the other series you have. Um, but I like the way they've played so far. And you're without some of your top dudes, so let's see how this goes.
Hmm.
I'm here. I'm standing for the White Sox right now because my team stinks.
Man, I just want the Cubs bats to wake up again.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice?
It would be great. You could tell listening to this show, if this is your first time, we're clearly frustrated Cub fans here.
Yeah, we are very frustrated.
Because it shouldn't be this bad.
Shouldn't be.
Well, we'll see where we are in a few weeks.
Uh,
I mean, because really, it's the way we scratch our heads with this ball club. Like, again, how many years are we going to be like, how is everybody slumping at the same time? And I get it. Teams, look, we just mentioned earlier how many teams have gone on some pretty bad streaks. A lot have gone on them. It's an annual thing with this group where they go so cold at the same time. Like if the Cubs have been a powerhouse that's been winning divisions and pennants and whatnot, and they're just having a year where it's like, well, guys are just really slumping hard and whatnot. It's like, okay, but it's an annual thing, and it's very odd. Every team is going to slump. Don't get me wrong. It's the extremes in which they do it just seem a little abnormal. Maybe it's not as abnormal as we like to think that it is. That's probably the case. But either way, it's just like, man, when you're like, well, this guy's slumping, this guy's slumping, this guy's slumping. It's just frustrating. At the end of the day, it's just frustrating whether how much it really is a Cubs thing or a baseball thing. Because baseball is a very frustrating game when you play 162. That is the nature of it.
Yeah, I mean, baseball being 162 games, that's ebbs and flows, ebbs and flows. But for a good team, it shouldn't be peaks and valleys. It should be wavy roads, a little bit of winding roads. It shouldn't be what the Cubs are experiencing now. Even if the Cubs turn it around and play like they should, I don't think they have anywhere near the horses to be a competitive postseason team.
And not in the rotation. I mean, that's just I don't know what you're gonna get there. I mean, when Cade Horton went down, that felt like devastating as it was, and that was like what, week 2 of the season.
Yeah, I mean, if Shota pitched the entire season like he pitched at the start, and Cabrera pitched the entire season like his first couple starts, and Justin Steele was on schedule for return, and Cade Horton didn't get hurt. Yeah, that's a whole lot of ifs that didn't happen.
Yep.
And that's a completely different ball team. Completely different ball team. If all of those ifs and buts, and that's the thing is, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas every day.
You sound like an old person there.
Oh God. Was there anything else you want to talk about?
Nope. I've said my piece.
Yeah, I'm just tired of being cranky tonight.
Yeah, I know. I had a great weekend otherwise. It's just,
I know, me too.
outside of the PCA game tying home run yesterday, it's been a rough sports weekend, but everything else is great. I've had a lot of fun. I did some great things with myself and with friends and with family. It's been really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm not letting sports ruin it except for when we're talking about sports on the show.
Exactly. And that's why you let it out when you can.
Yes. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Bill Swerski Sports Talk Chicago. I want to thank everybody so much for listening. Please hit subscribe however you listen to podcasts, whether it's iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Google Play, Spotify, etc. Share this podcast with your friends. Help grow the show. Follow us on social media at Swerski Sports, Facebook.com/Swerski Sports, SwerskiSports.com, or Swerski_sports_podcast on Instagram, or ShyFanPat2 for Alex on Twitter /X, or AlexanderJPatCreative.com for all the cool stuff that Alex does. And again, thank you so much for listening. And until next time, bear down.
Cubs win! What a lucky break! The good Lord wants the Cubs to win!
We thank Ditka and God for all they have provided.
Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win!
Oh, I don't want her. You can have her. She's a Packer fan. She can't fit in my van.
And she looks like number New Yorkers. Smoking crack is not legal on planes. Bears 31 to -7. The Bears!
Oh, when the Bears go bearing down